It really is hard to picture the landscape of mountain music without the banjo. The sound it produces is as comfortable as a rocking chair, a seat Paul Elwood wouldn't give up for the world. But this banjo player has another musical personality. You see, he's also a professor at Brevard College.
Trying to bring my roots musically in line with my academic roots too. And so I embarked on writing this series of works.
In the last several years, Elwood has been on a mission to give the banjo a place in an unlikely genre, classical music. Instead of just picking, this player chooses from the banjo's well-rounded repertoire of sounds.
The idea is to use, not just to use the instrument the way you often think of the banjo. But to also use some of what we call extended techniques on the instrument. For instance, I like to bow the instrument quite a bit.
It seemed as if some of the crowd here had no idea what exactly was in store, but after what we saw, well, it's very conceivable that the banjo might someday become a vital part of the orchestra, a la the cello. You've heard of yo-yo ma? How about yo-yo hee-ha?
It wasn't a European instrument. It came into us from Africa originally. And so since it wasn't a European instrument, it's not part of the European canon. So had it been in Europe, say, 200 years ago, it probably would have been written for.
Well, what is this that I can't see?
Paul Elwood's compositions sound nothing like dueling banjos. It's a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll, a whole lot bluegrass, and yes, classical too.
For a long time, I felt like my mission was to remove the yee-haw factor from the instrument.
Now he says you can yee-haw all you want, as long as you give the banjo a classical chance. In Brevard, John Lee, News 13.